This year, Jammu and Kashmir has witnessed a few brazen attacks on our security forces. The situation along the international border and the line of control, particularly in Poonch district of Jammu region, has remained volatile with several ceasefire violations. Resurgence of terrorist groups, particularly Lashkar-e-Taiba, and increased infiltration attempts call for heightened vigil and coordination by our security forces. There is also a likelihood of attempts to disrupt the forthcoming Lok Sabha and Assembly election. The security forces also need to be careful and measured in their response to militant attacks as well as law and order disturbances. As I have said on a number of occasions, there should be nothing which affects the role of innocent citizens in leading their normal lives, and our attack on Naxalism and other such bad elements should not in any way affect or disturb the livelihood patterns of the local people. The security situation in the northeast continues to remain complex, with insurgency, extortion, and agitation being the main disruptive elements. Persistent efforts on the part of the government have resulted in considerable progress in the dialogue with insurgent and ethnic separatist groups. Further, the susceptibility of lower Assam areas and Karbi Anglong region of the state to ethnic and communal tensions, the growing mistrust between tribals and non-tribals in Bodo areas, the Garo insurgency in Meghalaya, the increased targeting of non-Manipuris in Manipur are also areas of considerable concern. We need to tackle all these issues with collective resolve and firm determination. As far as terrorism is concerned, 4 major incidents occurred this year in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Bodh Gaya, and Patna. The disclosures made by the arrested members of the terrorist outfit confirm our apprehensions that Indian hinterland remains an active area of operation for these outfits. Therefore, we need to ensure that our security apparatus and intelligence sharing platforms such as the multi-agency center constantly hone their skills to stay ahead of the nefarious designs of these terrorist outfits. However, while dealing with terror cases, care needs to be taken that security forces remain scrupulously bipartisan so that our people do not lose faith in the professionalism of investigative agencies and the secular nature of our polity. The tragic rape and murder of a young girl in Delhi last December not only brought into sharp focus the issue of women's safety, but also the rising expectations of the people from the police in preventing such crimes. We have recently enacted several laws providing stringent punishment for such crimes and more sensitive treatment of victims during investigation and trial. We also need to put in place other institutional mechanisms to ensure the safety and security of women and children. I expect the DGPs of states to show leadership in this area. Before and before I end, I would also like to draw your attention to the growing challenges of policing in metropolitan areas. This is a subject which I have touched upon in my earlier interventions as well, but it is worth repeating it again. The process of rapid urbanization that we have witnessed in the past few decades will further accelerate in the future. Factors like the anonymity offered in the urban landscape, individualistic lifestyles, and floating populations make the detection of metropolitan crimes difficult, and therefore you would need special techniques to tackle this growing menace. There is also a need to place greater emphasis on the concept of community policing, which not only helps in the prevention and detection of crimes, but also encourages citizens to associate themselves voluntarily with the local police in solving neighborhood problems, thus generating greater public confidence in our police forces. I urge you to intensify your efforts towards promoting and institutionalizing community policing initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, I realize that most of these issues have already been discussed at length in this 3-day conference over the past 2 days. Nevertheless, I would expect the participants to go back and continue the process of serious deliberations to come up with creative solutions to the many challenges to our internal security, and also to implement the ideas that they have learned here. I am sure that you will show the leadership that our country and our people expect from you. I wish you all the very best in your valiant efforts. Thank you.